friend Jackie here has been working in the communications industry for over 25 years. She is the founder and CEO of Sweet G Comms, remember to tag them online please, which is a podcast production company. She has 25 years of marketing, business development, and communications experience in the legal, sports, and entertainment industries. And currently, Jackie is also an adjunct professor at Mercy College in Dobbs Ferry, New York, where she teaches a course called Podcasting, Creation, and Strategy. My name is Kelsey DiCarlo, and I'm so excited to be moderating tonight's talk with Jackie Park. So let's get into it. Jackie, how are you feeling this evening?
Nervous, but
You're she's a pro, guys. Don't let her fool you. We're very excited to be here. So, Jackie, let's start with the basics. We're talking about the podcast handbook. What is a podcast?
I think people get mixed up with webinars, and podcasts are really audio files that you download weekly and monthly and daily.
Great. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big podcast fan myself, and I know they talk about all kinds of topics. You know, there's fiction, nonfiction, and really the media form has really just taken such a hold over the last couple of years, and we're going to get into that in a little bit about some of the statistics. But before we do, I want to know, how did you personally get into podcasting? You know, you have an expansive career in media and communications. How did you find yourself in the podcast world?
Well, to make a long story short, I had a webzine called Hubbing with the Pros many years ago, and I wanted to reinvent it because we were successful because there was a lot of storytelling.
Yeah.
There wasn't many storytelling back then, but cut to 2021, 2014, storytelling is a dime a dozen. So I asked my friend Laura Benvenuto, hi Laura, and her sister Frances, who is like a big PR person. I don't want to
Tell us the story, yeah.
Yeah. She's the one who introduced me.
Nice.
Yeah.
And in the history ever since.
Yeah.
There you have it.
And she told me to go on to, her marketing consultant told me to go on to Block Talk Radio.
Cool. With the mic?
No, with me.
No, you're doing great. Take a sip of water. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool that you used podcasting, or you got started in podcasting through your network. I think that is really something that is maybe talked about today with social media and LinkedIn and things like that, but before then, you were using networking and reaching out to people and facilitating conversations with people to say, hey, I'm interested in something, I want to learn more, let me ask the people around me who are knowledgeable. And I just think that's such a smart business move that you had the foresight to take on. So kudos to you.
Yeah, thank you. And I didn't know what a podcast was. I was like floored.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this? And then I did my research, and I was able to look it up, and I started my first podcast through Blog Talk Radio.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. So the next question here is, why did you want to start in podcasts? Like, if someone were to sit in your shoes today, when you got started in podcasting, it maybe wasn't quite as saturated as it is now. But the podcast handbook here is a manual for people that want to get started now.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing that it is so saturated, how does someone decide, hey, I want to start this, where do I get started?
And the question really is, why do you want to start a podcast? So it's important because, like any business, you want to know what you want, why do you want to start a podcast.